picking back up on what was the essential name, the province of Erie, campaign setting or whatever. The party has eventually reached the town of Dry Dock. I kept calling it Docktown because of Lord of the Rings and Hobbit lore. And Trace, before he left, did state that he was resting in the back, which would mean that you both count it, the time traveling from Old Town to Dry Dock would be considered a short rest. So you can regain a hit dice worth of HP if you took any damage during the last fight. The last fight kind of was a little anticlimactic.
I have 13
and I kind of mind crushed him.
Yeah, 13 health left.
Oh, yeah.
Your hit dice is a D8, so you roll a D8 and add that to your health.
D8.
I forget what your total was, though.
Which one's a D8?
Should have had a D8.
It's the one that looks like two pyramids put together.
This one.
Yeah.
6.
What was your total hit points to begin with?
I seem to be at full health at the moment.
You're still at full. You took no damage. Trace is and the irony is Trace is the only one that particularly stated, I will rest. I will choose to do a rest. So I guess that works out. So they eventually reach the entrance to Dry Dock, and Dry Dock happens to be a large-scale dock jetting out over an ocean. Scratch that, the ocean's empty. You get there and you look out, and there's just a vast, because there's a big drop-offs, because there's drop-offs in the oceans. There is a vast drop-off overlooking a large desert. You're eventually rolling up to the town, and the town did one protective feature to the town. To access the higher level, like the first level, the ground level, there is a drawbridge, and it is down during the day. It happens to be the day, so you do roll in with the Dwarven caravans, which are known for this particular area. Dwarven caravans roll in across the drawbridge and enter what is considered the main court of the first floor of Dry Dock. So they roll in, and to the left of the entrance, they roll into the stables to keep their animals and begin to unload their cargo. And that is up to you. Currently in the stables, what do you want to do? Because the people say thank you for helping us out and protecting us. They'll hand you both about 20 gold pieces each, thanking you.
20 gold pieces.
Which would mean you're at 96. We had a discrepancy about how much gold that happened to be. And even though I did not end up handing out experience for the last part of the adventure, you can count yourself at least 400 experience each.
Experience?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Should be up somewhere. Experience points. I don't know why it's 900 something with that program. Yeah, when I happen to Dungeon Master, it seems to be like the EXP share in Pokemon's on, and I just, instead of dividing it up, who killed what, I tend to just give the same amount for the entire party.
So how much?
It does mean that you level up quicker, but I find it less slog.
Well, I want to be able to investigate around, take a good look at what exactly they have around here on this dock town.
On Dry Dock. Okay, so you're leaving the stables to start the investigation? Okay, go ahead and do your roll, and you can look around. Splitting the party.
16.
Okay, Trace is like, uh-oh. So you got a 16. So I happen to have this sheet myself, so you easily just find out what is here. And the dwarves are in the stables, which we can put your characters on here. Trace is in the stables. You look around and you see that to the right of the drawbridge there is a guard tower, or like a guard house. This is where the military-esque police force for dry dock and its local areas, like maybe some farming community, works out of. Right next to that, down the entire right side up to about the town hall, is housing for, you'll notice, more upscale, wealthy, let me say, like, no one's super rich, but it's like higher middle class kind of deal. But then you'll see across the way from the stables is what is called the Dry Dock Inn, which is the local tavern. We have, could have sworn I took that off. It is not the Jaded Shark, it is the Jade Shark, which happens to be more high-scale furniture and luxury goods kind of store. So and Tell happens to be a textile shop where you'll get clothing and other goods and services based on that. By the way, is the general store, and the Magic Missile is a magic shop.
Alright, Magic Missile it is.
Yeah. You do see the obvious guillotine at the end. It is where they deal with law and order that's connected to the town hall. And there is also a large crane in a hole where there is a giant metal bell, diving bell. Which I guess you don't know about because you didn't stick your head out, but like, yeah, you can use this map to navigate if you do so choose. So
I'll be heading to the Magic Missile immediately.
Magic Missile immediately. So we are a little divided, so I'll take that as your action. You scoped out the area as one action and then went into the Magic Missile. Let's go to Trace.
I shall go out, see everything else, and then I would go straight ahead and went with him.
As you are going down the street, there are a lot of stairs at you. You hear people whispering.
Oh no.
And luckily, you have made it to the Magic Missile.
I swear, if they try to guillotine me, oh dear. Oh no.
Well, you haven't done anything wrong. I hope not.
Oh, I haven't. All I have probably here is pet, like the horse or
The Magic Missile seems to be a rather kind of cluttered place where it seems to be a lot of like ingredients for spells. If you notice, if you look at your spells, they may have components. There seems to be a magical component tree involved, but eventually there's a desk in which the owner is there, which happens to be like a stereotypical witch with the stereotypical hat that's somewhat bent. She seems to be young, complete with robes and the standard hat, all in different shades of purple. Talking about different, like not even like all dark, some are super duper light and like stuff like that. Which is behind the counter. She's currently, I don't know, like pestle and mortar, grinding ingredients in, and doesn't seem to notice you.
I look around and try to find miscellaneous stuff, like a pile of miscellaneous.
I have tried to search for anything amongst ideas of transmutation kinds of magic.
You're not expecting this?
I'm not, I'm actually not in the particular order of transmutation, but assuming ingredients for something, or
The ingredients or anything like a spell,
like scrolls of some
a
sort.
scroll possibly. Or two.
Oh, that makes me feel kind of embarrassed that I did not like put an ingredient of them. There will be like a glass case full of scrolls that are bound up. That I mean, you would have to like ask to look into. Oh, it's not going to be in there. I'm going to have to look at. Can you hand me the adventurer's guide thing? I'll look through the spells through that. Maybe find something for you under the transmutation school. She would raise her a hand up and say, and actually point to Trace.
Aww.
What
Is that
seems to
like
be
an
the
animal or something?
What seems to be the problem with him? Is there a problem with him?
I shall turn.
She's still working, like one-handed. Do you know what you want, sir?
I'm not exactly. I'm browsing. Just to see what.
We'll have none of that. If you don't know what you want, get out.
I say, it's your store. It's what you want. I shall.
I'll go ahead and ask you like what exactly you were looking for as you're heading out.
I'm
literally said miscellaneous.
And I'll search for some miscellaneous while I'm in there, just for him maybe.
Then I shall. I want to check out the clothing store.
So and tell. I think.
No. The funny thing is, it literally just straight up says in my notes, she will not help anyone that does not know what they want. So the word miscellaneous is like, nah, she has none of that. She's like, I know it all. So you go to Sow and Tell. Yeah. Okay. So you open it and it's pretty. There's a clear difference in how the store's ran. It is less tight and cluttered, and it's open. There's even like a weaver's beam that's currently half working on some sort of like rug or something like that. And the owner will go right to you and say, "Can I help you with anything?" It's a young lady. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and say, I'm looking for like a robe or something, like new clothes, not too expensive.
Oh, so you need more commoner's clothes, and she would literally go and give you to a list of different clothes, and she'll look with your, looking at your body type, you may need an extra large.
Yeah.
But I can hook you up with maybe like clothes of mending or something.
Alright.
You seem to be looking at it, she'll look at you. Used to cuts and bruises, aren't you, Sonny?
Yeah.
It hurts.
It hurts. I'm being called out a little bit.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Cough, cough. So she'll eventually like point you to magical commoner's clothes that repair themselves with small stitches and say, for about 60 gold pieces you can get these. Your size. Do you have a particular color that you would want? She would even say. We have a few different.
White and then maybe some baby blue.
White and baby blue, because
Yeah.
those at home that don't know, we have
White and Robin's
the Pope.
egg.
We have the Pope.
The Pope.
We have the Bevalve Crusader.
Okay, so yeah, she will go ahead and help you get that set up.
And
Okay.
while he's over there, I'm wanting to.
It will cost you 60 though.
Okay.
I will ask the witch about anything.
Also,
along
you're
the lines
still
of
you're in different
transportation.
stores. Did you move? Okay, yes you did. Transmutation. She would look at you and be like, I thought you had a sense with you. So transmutation, are you looking for ingredients or something a little bit more troubling?
Some like ingredients. Yes, along the lines of ingredients.
Which sad thing is, you happen to kind of just check your spell book to see if there's actual ingredients required for any of your spells, and it would be convenient to have. Sorry.
Unseen servant just requires some sort of random material.
Just, yeah, okay.
Let's just say when I did the unseen servant earlier, I just had like a rock with me.
Yeah, this says, yeah, strange. This is like, oh, wood. See, I put this in the option for that case, in case you need material for it, because I find the materials to be fascinating. Like, dancing lights can use a glowworm, or like glowing moss, and like, but I probably should have been more prepared. Morsel of food. Chip of mice. And got me a little bit off guard. Particular ingredients were possibly a spell. And I wish the books were separated more by caster than by alphabetical order. I think like copper wires and stuff like that, but I don't think it would, I want something, I want to give you something that is of actual benefit. Do transmutation. Actually, I think I do. Let me look at the book. Sorry, that's one of the disadvantages of D&D is rules lawyering and looking through books.
Oh, it's perfectly fine.
That's exactly why you hear people like Demon Axe say, you probably want to just watch us talk together. Let me see, there's something that might be of interest to you. She would even say that. She was like, I may interest you in something a little bit more useful if you want to change yourself.
Change.
Ooh, that does not sound good. Sounds like a Mobo, Juju, or whatever. No Juju.
Mad Mojo. Bad Mojo.
Yeah, or Juju about that.
She would actually go over to one of the cases around the counter and what she started with. Yeah, I'll even offer this for maybe somehow nerf it. She would say, we have a scroll of polymorph that I would sell you. That you change your formats will by burning up the scroll. Or you could write it into your book, but that's like an XP cost. It's a mechanic in game. That's me talking to you. She would say, I have a scroll of polymorph. If you're a transmuter, you may be interested in.
Sure. May I ask the price range of this fine item?
She would say it's about 100 gold coins.
100 gold coins.
I had to get it from a person that was leaving from Vernongard, the magic school up north.
Ah, I see. I'll check back with you on that at a later point. That is definitely something of interest.
She would say, I will have it on hold for you if you do come through with that.
Alright.
Okay, sorry. Turns.
So,
Did your thing, you're getting your clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You paid your coins.
Yep.
While you actually are in your bag paying for your coins, your doll falls out.
It's not. No. I try to pick it up quick, just saying.
Yeah, you two then collide.
Aw.
Like the head bump. She falls over, but you don't because you're half orc. So yeah. She was like, sorry, but where did you get that?
I say I got it from a town a little ways away from here that seemed to be burnt to crisp.
She would say, there hasn't been something like that in 70 years.
I'm like, what?
She
What do you mean?
she would say that's a blank doll, and even if you find them, they've normally been already played with, and they've already made their face.
What?
You're clearly confused about it.
Well, she would actually pick it up and she's like, look, it's barely even tattered, and no one's, and she would point to the face, and like, no one's painted in the face. She says, you have no idea what this is.
No.
She says, this is extremely valuable. This is something that like a toy collector would go after and be nuts over. You say, but something seems to be a little off. She says maybe it is enchanted in some sort. That would explain why it's not very tattered.
Well, don't tell anybody I told you this, but I got it from a ghost. Spirit.
She'd say that's peculiar.
Yeah. If you didn't know, I'm actually a holy man myself.
She was saying, what do you happen to worship?
One sec, let me think about it. I'm acceptant to many gods. I'm fine with what other people believe in. I'm fine with practically anything.
She would say a lot of people here happen to worship Bahamut, the good god of law and order. She'd say they actually would claim that he happened to cause the Sea of Erie to have been formed, and actually maybe a curse on him for us not listening to him is why it's actually seceded.
And as for me, I'm going to check out By the Way.
By the way, I was not expecting you guys to split me up all the way. Okay. So you're saying that, and I just want to finish up with Trace then with stating, yeah, she told you they haven't been seen in several years, and that it was a doll made. It was a doll made for the kids to fill in the face by painting it. They would design their own doll, pretty much. That's why there's a blank canvas ripped around its face. I probably should have described that in character a little bit more. And she theorizes that in filling in the face, it might activate whatever its magical property is. I should have said that in character, but I don't think that way. So yeah, that is that. So by the way, so you happen to walk into this general store and it's lines with shelves. I guess the closest would be like Walmart of the 1800s. Shelves. There happens to be a guy filling shelves at the particular moment. And it's just like general items that you could probably even find, any item you could find in the player's handbook would be there, basic. Now, yeah, there are weapons. There's actually a barrel of weapons at the front of the store.
What are they pricing at?
Same as what's in the book. That's what I'm suggesting. If you want to see what's there, just look into the book for the items. You may actually let go of some of them for a little bit cheaper than what's in the book.
Alright, so what are the kind of weapons they have?
Axes, daggers, scythes. None of them seem to be particularly magical.
Any peculiar weapons?
By peculiar, I don't know. The whips, rapier, scimitar. I don't know. It's a bucket full of swords, man. Which is based on, if I actually went to a what is it called? A Renaissance fair. And the cheapest weapons were just thrown into a bucket. And actually, the scenario here is based on I heard someone making a joke. Crack on them. That's the ones that all the murderers used and thrown it away.
Well, he's looking.
Oh yeah.
I say thanks for telling me about this doll of mine. I will actually head over, leaving, go into the same store as him, tell him about how, about the doll.
Well, that's peculiar.
I will also go ahead and look around for, like, painting supplies, so I can maybe do my doll or whatever. If there's, like...
Yeah, there is. There will be, like, painting kits, small painting kits for, like, 5 gold pieces.
I would like the most simplest one at 4 or 5 gold.
I'll check the...
Yeah.
I'll check the, width.
I'll go ahead
How's
and...
the width?
Go into the particular. Let me see what that is, because it should be located for price somewhere. Sorry. Should be. This is one of the only weapons that has range. Yeah, so you pick up the whip and you go ahead and you take it to the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Say, well, that right there is going to be, what's price there? He says 2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Alright, well, the whip, I'll go ahead and make a purchase out of that whip.
So I'll take a pencil, just to note something, yeah. So you go ahead and buy the whip. That's going to be funny. The storekeeper that you just purchased this with says, you happen to be adventurers, huh?
Ooh, sounds like a nice deal is about to happen.
We're out of town, yes.
But you can handle yourselves, right?
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a yes.
And the guy that's loading shelves is like, please don't bother them. It's not a big deal.
Understood.
So, I was wondering if you guys could do me a favor.
What kind of favor? I'll say.
He got a bite. He says, I mean, I keep hearing strange things at my store at night. And then the guy behind the counter is like, it's not haunted, Dad. It's not. It's like, you don't know. It's like, I need you guys to just watch over through the night, maybe find a reason why. I'll pay you. I'll pay you good.
It doesn't sound like a bad deal at the moment. Do you think we should?
I say yes, because I can contact spirits. I thought I would say I can contact spirits.
But even in the first place, it might not be spirit. So, might be more of the unknown. So I think that's where I can come in. So let's see.
Yeah.
So he'll say, so later tonight before I close up around 6, all you guys gotta do is come in, spend the night, then just survive the night. If you guys survive, I know there ain't a ghost. Or if you do, I mean, you can kill it. You're strong, brave adventurers, right?
Sure.
Sure. It's just like, well, I'll wait for you before I lock up, and then you guys can deal with whatever. For now, though, you can go and shop around if you have any other business. Or
I go ahead and actually spend my money and actually got the kit.
You got the kit, yeah.
I would like to see for like any kind of paints as well.
Yeah, they seem to have paints for 5 gold, and it seems to be kind of a rare commodity with them.
Alright, I'll take one.
Okay.
So let's see.
And also, I do kind of want to stop back into the enchanting store again. And
she doesn't seem to be very fond of people who don't know what
I know what I want now. I know.
You know what you're looking for now?
Now I do.
Okay. So you guys leave the, by the way.
I'll be heading to the Jade Shark.
Well, as you guys do that, you open and you're suddenly surrounded by 3 of the town's buildings.
Ooh, we're stuck outside the entrance.
Well, 2 of them. Yeah. Say hereby by the law of dry dock, we hereby arrest you, or one of them with a noose ready to place around your neck.
What's the charge?
I'm gonna ask, could I see my book of like rights?
Can I see the rights?
I wanna see my rights.
All orcs must die. That is the rights. We know what you did.
I'm not one of them. I am not one of them, I say.
I even stand by his side and be like, yeah, he has done nothing wrong.
One of them begins to try to put the noose around your neck. What do you do?
I kind of grab the noose while he's trying to place it on my head and just stop it. Try to not place it on my head. Not even going for anything aggression. Just trying to stop from placing it.
The other 2 will
Grab.
come to try to physically move you down.
All right.
I'm going to
Strength
just
check.
hold it. I'm going to strength check it.
Yeah,
Just
so
hold
go
it
ahead
there.
and roll me for a particular strength.
Which dice?
20-sided dice have an add strength modifier.
Is this a
Well, it's
20?
up to, yes.
Okay. 4 snap. And then
They seem to have the
Multiplier?
benefit of having 2 people on their side, and they begin to lower you and they tighten the noose around your neck.
And I would like to, let's see, what I do to see what I can have with me. Let's see. I'm going to try and contemplate, like, do I know any history about this place and its orcs and the reason for their...
Well, it would have been the same sort of stuff that was talked about last time about how their original town was destroyed by the orcs. Therefore, they have a prejudice and animosity towards orc kind. They probably don't even understand that you're a half-orc, which probably would be a difference.
yeah.
Yeah, it would
You
be
do?
different.
I would like to point out to them, do you realize you're handling a half-orc, not full orc?
They would look completely puzzled by this concept. What? Your poor mom, what? Unfortunately. One of the guards would actually approach you.
Ooh.
Unapprehend him.
Ooh, yeah. I like this guy. I say out loud. I like this guy.
And I would like to, while he's being unapprehended, I would like to explain to the guards, like, the concept of half-orc. So, intelligence check, I have a 17.
It would probably be a diplomacy check.
Oh, a diplomacy? Let's see. Diplomacy, I don't know.
You don't have any stat on diplomacy? Is it a 0? If it's a 0, you just roll for it.
I don't see anything on diplomacy on my skills thing.
Is that persuasion? Because then we're not.
There is persuasion. I
Yeah.
only have a 1 on that.
Go ahead and make a roll. You have a benefit from having someone literally pulling rank.
19. And it says it modifies for charisma. My charisma is a +1 to saving.
Okay, well, they would take the noose off. Says, I am sorry for my, and they would disperse. So I am sorry for my subordinates. I am Warden Wake. I am the current head under, what would it be considered? Commander of Docktown. Says, I'm sorry, these people, most of these people haven't even done their ranger training yet. I'm just dealing with rookies today.
I see that your people might have quite the history involving orcs. We have gotten back from a town that was recently ravaged, unfortunately.
Not recently, it was years ago.
Or years ago.
Says, yes, it seems we do have some other issues going on, but I see your friend here is a half-orc. We are dealing with full-blooded. They would not mess around with humans in that way. They are currently causing some trouble with our farming communities, but I wouldn't dare think one would slip in through the gate.
Oh, it's because I was sleeping in the back.
You were to assume that just one would have came in, they would have expected more.
Oh.
So they wouldn't have expected a solo orc. Because they can come in groups, I suppose.
Yeah, they attack in groups.
I go up to the leader guy and I say, I'm sorry for my past people's wrongdoings.
You know what to say? Well, I guess there's a first for everything.
I mean, no other orcs apologize, I say.
He says no.
Ah, snap.
They currently steal from our farmhouses. He says, I don't know whatever made them leave their swamps, but...
I say that I'll try to go over to the swamp sometime and talk to them.
Maybe
he would say, I think only strength speaks.
Muscle speaks. Well then, maybe does it have anything to do with what's going on here? And I point out to the vast desert. The dried up Erie.
He says, I don't know. He says, maybe their swamps are as dry as that.
Ouch.
And some of our rivers have dried up, which I would have no idea how that would affect there. Says, you would actually then look and pause and be like, you don't... Says, you are definitely not from around here.
Oh, yeah.
Says, we live with this for generations, and this is apparently a anomaly to you.
We are not familiar with what has happened here, I'm afraid. I personally spent my time studying within a wooded village.
I lived on a small farmhouse that's religious, in fact.
Apparently you were born in a church.
Yeah, practically. I lived with a small church. My father, which was an orc.
Are you telling him this?
Yeah.
Okay.
My father, which was an orc, ran away after our human family, like other people in the village-ish area, started attacking. And then soon after I was born, they tried killing me, but they tried raising me properly. And then, yeah.
It's quite the bizarre story now, isn't that?
Yeah.
Say, well, as long as I'm here, he'll hand you a whistle.
Oh.
No, not a whistle. He will literally hand you like a sealing ring.
Oh,
This is
really?
why he says this represents my authority in the city. He says anyone tries to mess with you, anyone, that ring will tell them you're under my protection.
Okay. I say thank you, and I'll place it on my finger.
Okay. Warden Wake's ring.
Alright. And then I would like to ask about the local, like any mythical creatures around these parts recently, out of curiosity.
Been having trouble wrapping my mind around what is a mythical creature for a world where dragons actually exist. I've been trying to wrap my mind around that concept.
Or even around the cryptid variety, I would say particularly after this.
Oh, my God.
Or little people as
Sounds
well.
like maybe. Says we haven't really heard much of strange animals being around the city. Says orcs. Occasional. Yeah. You just like we just seem to have mainly issues with orcs. We haven't seen anything mythical. Maybe rumors of a unicorn out in the woods up north. What are those called? Like the Wild Valley or something like that. But he says nothing seems to be pestering or bothering anything like that.
I understand.
You would sit and think maybe there was rumored of some sort of large winged creature near one of our farmhouses.
Of course.